Roddy Ricch just dropped "Feed the Streets 3." Now the album is getting mixed reviews, right? I believe the sales is looking real murky, right? Real sketchy. Now, I think Roddy Ricch hasn't been the same since. Excuse me, I'm like antisocial, right? So, the question is this: due to the mixed reviews, due to the sales looking murky, due to it being now 3 years after the last undisputed, undeniable, this album is a hit, is Roddy Ricch's career on the clock?
He's not gonna be at the peak he was, and at one point he was the leader of LA. Like he was the leader of LA music.
Absolutely.
I think he lost that. I think he thought he was Kendrick Lamar way too early. Like he took too long of a break when he should have put his foot on the pedal.
He is no longer the top melodic rapper in LA. Like he took that spot from Ty Dolla $ign, and now Blast took that spot from him. He was the go-to hooksmith for not only Los Angeles, but
everybody
on a national level. He was on, and let's go back to before he blew up when he was getting those early beats from London. You know what I mean? Like that Die Young song. Amazing. Die Young was probably, I don't know if that was 2019 or 20. I think it was 2000. Yeah,
2019.
I want to say that was my favorite record of that year. You know what I mean? Amazing record.
He ran that shit.
And he didn't sound like he was. That's the thing. He didn't sound like he was from LA though.
He didn't, but what he was talking about is super LA. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, Compton as fuck. You know what I mean? Like, shouts to his section over there.
Nobody
and all that.
who blows
Park
up
Village.
though, right? You know, and like he's right though, because like nobody who blows up and from LA sounds like LA. Like
Only
Kendrick.
one person did.
How does Kendrick?
Only one person did in past years was Blueface. No, Blueface when he came out, and Blueface, Roddy Ricch and Blueface both got high around the same time. That was that's when LA music was just everywhere. And I feel like Blueface definitely sounded like that, and Roddy Ricch sounded like a down south rapper when he was fucking with Meek Mill and stuff.
Well, I definitely hear a lot of influence.
Yeah.
From Young Thug in the cadence and delivery of Roddy Ricch.
I thought he was from Atlanta when I first heard him.
He definitely has that, but and then starting from there and then going into the box, obviously that was such an insanely big record. That was one of the biggest records of 2020, hands
one of the
down.
biggest records of that decade.
In fact, and I say this all the time. Like it's way more difficult in today's era to have an enduring hit that transcends a generation that people are still going to know 10, 15 years from now. Hits like, you know what I'm saying, Juicy by Biggie Smalls, or like, you feel me, Dre Day, or you know what I'm saying, like California Love, you know what I'm saying?
That's
it. Like records
in
like that.
Club.
You know, in the club.
That's his.
You know.
But though, it's been 2 years though since records like that. So here's my thing.
But that record is
It went diamond. It sold 10 million.
It went diamond, and now since then, his last album, huge bust. Huge letdown, and it's been his trajectory's been downward ever since.
Listen, like I'll be real with y'all. This album too, I did listen to it. I feel like bro just gave us such a classic album in 2019 that like, it's just hard to live up to that shit, right? Because how do you like live up to that, bro? Like you can't. So when I say, or when I ask, is his career on the clock? I'll be real with y'all, bro. I think he was on the clock a year ago.
Bro, I think his career is over. I mean, not over, but he's not that guy.
Nah, bro, listen, like, I feel like right now the clock has expired. It's really hard to see a future where Roddy Ricch is hot again. I can't see it because, again...
That sound is just not as outdated now.
No, bro, listen, right? So, and here's why I can't see Roddy Ricch ever being hot again. See, like, when it comes to these rappers, right, and I can usually gauge it once the public opinion swifts, right? It can mean in this. He's not a worse artist today than he was 3 years ago. Meaning, Roddy Ricch like dropped mad fucking snippets and on Twitter. Those snippets sounded like some of the hits he dropped in 2019, 2018.
But people didn't like him.
But folks called it trash.
Right. But here's the thing.
Because now people see him as corny.
Here's the thing. An overlooked aspect of artistry.
Yeah.
It's not just your bars. It's not just your songwriting. It's not just the beats you choose. It's about knowing what's going to move the people and what resonates with the audience. And if you're not keenly trying to sharpen that sense and you get on your dick so hard, like, you know, like you lose sight of that, then your music doesn't hit the same and it doesn't resonate. The reason why every single time Drake drops, it makes such an impact is because him and his entire team, and I've been around his people and I know how fucking tuned in they are to what's going on and what's the cutting edge of music. You have to, they stay so tuned into trends and they know what's about to pop off. They know what regional flavors bubbling. They know what artists, you know, that no one's heard of yet. Like I saw them playing artists that had less than 10,000 streams, the kind of shit me and my homies be doing. And that's what Drake and his people be doing because they know if you lose sight of what's about to happen and what the game's missing and where to fill that niche. And I don't feel like Roddy has been sharpening that sense lately. I'm rooting for him, but
he dropped his album in 2019. He didn't drop another album 2 years later. Like Lil Baby, the reason why Lil Baby's so hot, he drops a project every year. It don't like My Turn, people call that a classic. The next year, I'm giving you a project, me, Lil Durk. Then the next year, I'm giving you my album. Jay-Z. Why was Jay-Z so prominent? Why was Jay-Z the #1 rapper? 11 #1 albums. And before streaming, when it was hard copy CDs, this dude was dropping a project every year. And to me, Roddy Ricch went the approach of Kendrick. Kendrick dropped a classic with Good Kid, Mad City. Then Kendrick took his time before he dropped. To me, Roddy Ricch was in that same position. You had a classic album, Diamond, like you're literally from Compton like Kendrick. But the difference with Kendrick, when he took a year, 2 years, he was like, I'm taking 2 years, but I'm giving you To Pimp a Butterfly. I'm going to just, if I'm taking 2 years, I'm just going to go completely left.
Artistic masterpiece.
Yeah, with Roddy Ricch, you took 2 years to give us something that you could have given us a year ago, which would have sounded better. And that's the thing. You can't take 2 years off to give the same. It has to be like you're coming with a concept album or you're coming up with something. And that's why Kendrick is able to, and everyone can't be Kendrick.
And you, I was gonna say you can't really compare Roddy to Kendrick. At the end of the day, Good Kid, Mad City is one of the best records in hip hop history. You know what I mean? That's also coming off of the heels of Section 80, one of the best
mixtapes ever. That's my favorite Kendrick.
Yeah, it's my favorite. You know what I mean? Like, so he was already he had Overly Dedicated, like multiple Overly Dedicateds. So he was like, already had crazy momentum, was killing the game, and you know, like, as dope as Roddy Ricch's project was, it's not on the same artistic level
as a Good Kid.
No, it's not.
And teams, he don't. At the end of the day, Kendrick got TDE. Who is Roddy's team?
Exactly.
Like, who is this?
Wait.
No, I'm just. I'm not saying that bad. Who is it?
Nah, bro. Like he does have a great team, right? But
I'm sure he does.
Right. I'm saying, but who is the like? Who are they?
I'm not sure, right? But I know that like there was a big contention of it was like his team like leaking some information out. Like, bro, like we told this nigga to like just go back to the roots, but he wanted to get creative, and that's how he dropped the mid album. But I feel bad for him, right? Because he's still a great artist. But here's the thing, man. Once the public flips on you as a newer artist, it's over for you. Because Roddy Ricch is gonna keep dropping classics, right? Hot songs. But right now, it just don't feel the same. And then, bro, once the public deem you as trash, nah, bro, you can't break that, bro. Nah. Bro, even Kendrick has suffered the same fate as Roddy in 2022. Meaning, he waited 4 years, 5 years to drop something. He dropped something. Once the first person say, yo, this shit is mid, man, listen up, bro. Like, we ain't played that album set.